Hello dyingbreed fans. In this episode we decided to tackle two jobs. One is a water well at the top of a ski mountain, and the other is a sewer system near Lake Ponderay. After the episode, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you're able to keep up with all of our current content.
Schweitzer called with a big emergency, and we had to move some stuff aside so that we could go up and get them done as soon as possible. I do the scheduling, I handle all the bank work, I do invoicing, everything that no one else wants to do.
So the scope of work for Schweitzer was we got an emergency call from the manager of the utility system there. They're a mountain that is a ski mountain. One of their main products that they sell to their customers is snow. They have numerous snowmaking machines on the mountain that are all fed from a pond at the very top of the mountain. The pond gets filled by a bunch of wells. So the call was the primary well that feeds the pond at the top of the mountain was not working properly, and they wanted me to come troubleshoot it. I went up there and tested the system. It was pumping water, but the amount of water it was pumping was not comparable to what it had been pumping in the past. What we do is challenging and difficult because it's technical, and that's what makes it special. We are a dying breed. Shane, maybe your backhoe or something, come up here and pop this lid off or slide it over, because the other issue is if you take it all the way off, then I can't pull the pump because I can't get to it, because it's like a 8-foot vault and I can't wrench. So we got to have the lid there, but the lid is preventing the pump from being pulled because the well is off center.
My name is Terry Rose, and I am a pump technician apprentice. Working up at Schweitzer with my first job for the company, really cold up there, and really hard work, which I find hard work entertaining and fun because there's always a bunch of stuff going on all at once.
The challenges of Schweitzer were not only was it a large capacity pump on large capacity pipe, meaning really heavy stuff. It was on the middle of the mountain that is steep. There is snow, and it's difficult to get to with a 16,000-pound truck.
Day one up at Schweitzer, we kind of went up there to evaluate what was needed to do up there to pull the pump. That's basically all the first day up at Schweitzer was.
I went up there to pull the pump with the new guy, Terry. He had absolutely no clue of the realm of difficulty that was going to be. Not just putting chains on a dually's tires, but getting to the site to pull the pump. I don't think he had a clue, and it was kind of cool to see him go through that awe of us being able to do that. shut all this head pressure off. No, I can't pick it up, and I think it's because I can't break the seal.
My name is Patrick, and I'm currently an apprentice at Amped. A Schweitzer job, which I only came in on the last day, we had to transfer the 3-inch pipe from, well, the ground first to the one pump truck and then to another pump truck. I had to park them next to each other and then lift them one to another truck.
By the time I got up on the job site, the pump was already pulled, all the pipe was out. We put in a new pump, new drop pipe.
And my job was to help pull the pipe off the truck and help get it ready for the guys to put it inside of the well.
The pump was already pulled, so we were just installing a well pump. At that point, I was just doing the controls, because when you're doing heavy pumps and pipes, you have to finesse the controls. It has to be smooth, and you have to accommodate for, when the leaning of the pipe and stuff. If it catches up, you have to stop, and so you have to be aware.
I would attach the pipe, crank it down, and move to the next one until it was over.
Yeah, we need the pump together. We need to put that short nipple on it with the check valve.
Yes. That pump, is that the one where you have to adjust the little collar on the shaft?
No.
Okay.
No. There are many challenges that come from working for a corporate entity, because they, like us, they are about how much stuff costs. So when we determined that this pump was bad after we pulled it out, I ran 3 scenarios by a team of managers for the mountain. The first option, the 3-week out, was they're about $10,000 for the pump and the motor. The ultimate determination of the repair was dictated by how fast it could be done, and the fastest one was like in kind.
Training opportunities so far, obviously all on the job. I've learned a lot than I ever knew existed on plumbing, different kinds of plumbing, because we do sewer as well as just potable water.
My career ambitions is to become a journeyman electrician, just like my grandpa was for many, many years. Unfortunately, he passed away earlier this year, so I thought it was the best time ever to start that career transition.
My career goals is to work out the remainder of my retirement until I'm at retirement age, and then I'd like to go travel and see exotic places, because I'm a foodie, and so I would like to go taste authentic food where it's originated from.
With Amped, we're a full-fledged electrical contractor and public works contractor, and that allows us to hire individuals that want to learn electricity, and in order to do that, you have to start as a year 1 apprentice. So if you look at them, they're laid out color coordinated.
Right.
Same colors on jacketed.
My career goals, I would like to get my apprenticeship and then my journeyman in electrician, and then go from there.
Tom is helping me pursue becoming a journeyman electrician, basically because he's a master electrician, and he's able to answer whatever questions that I need and able to actually tell me how to actually do it, and then tell me and help me show tricks and how to do it in a easier, more efficient way.
Start a couple inches up from the splice. I don't have vinyl. I only grabbed rubber.
I have vinyl.
I know. That's why I only grabbed rubber.
I wasn't arguing. I was just saying.
I got rubber.
Vinyl's making a comeback.
And you don't want to pull the rubber too tight, because as it goes down the hole, it'll smush in.
Okay.
It'll suction in like a vacuum because of the water weight. And if it goes in too much, it'll rip. And with Amped, they're allowed to get their journeyman's license and eventually their own master or contractor's license, or both.
Canixu Shores we've had on the schedule, and when we got the parts, we were able to go out there and do the job that we had planned for.
A guy named Stacy with Water Systems Management, he called, freaked out about not being able to pump the poo. First off, we had to troubleshoot and figure out why the pumps were not working, and because there's 2 of them in there, most commercial systems have 2 pumps. We determined that one of them was the motor was completely bad. It would not work at all. The other one, it did pump, but it pumped super slow. Crew changes affected it a lot. That's why there was such a great span of time in between from when we changed out that one bad pump to when we changed out the other pump and replumbed the lift station. Keith and Brian actually changed out the first bad pump, and then Brian since left, and then Keith took a sabbatical. We hired a couple guys, apprentices, and him being Patrick and Shelston went out there and Robert and replumbed the whole lift station and added the second good pump.
My first impression when I was told I had to go in the sewer at Canixu Shores was, I was a bit apprehensive, but it wound up being better than anticipated.
So we replumbed, got everything all set up top, handed it down to the new guy, second day on the job. He's a heck of a trooper. Went down inside the tank, pair of rubber gloves and a Tyvek suit on, and for his second day on the job, we christened him with sewage. Sometimes sewers can get real nasty, and if he couldn't handle it, it was a good telltale sign of how long he was going to last with Amped. But he's a gamer, man. He jumped right down in there and got in it, didn't ask questions, just got after it, got it done.
We went to Canixu Shores and pumped out the main pump station so that they could replace the pumps, and pump the tanks behind there just to allow room for them to work, have enough time to replace the pumps. I did 3 loads out of there that day. Each load, when the truck is full, I have to run it all the way up about 10 miles before Bonners Ferry there and offload and come back.
The tank was overflowing. We had an emergency, had to call Ace. They are a pumper company, and they pumped down the system so we could get in it and change the pumps. When the pumps were mounted in there, whoever did it, they They put everything at the bottom of the lift station, which made it extremely difficult to try to change because everything had 8 feet of poop on top of it.
On the second day with Shelston, we replaced the control box, if I remember right, and the floats.
So the scope of work for Kinetsu was to remove the old control panels for the sewer, install a new one, and connect it to the power and to the pumps.
I like new hires because it's like a clean slate. They don't know squat about what we do, and you can kind of tell what a person's abilities are going to be pretty quickly when they go to work and you're doing something hard. The 2 new guys we got now, Terry and Patrick, they're really good guys as far as where I think they're going to be in a year. A lot of different scenarios and instances or experiences you're not going to find for years on this job. You know, something that happens very rarely to a well might not be, you might never come in contact for doing this for 15 years or whatever. So putting a comprehensive training plan together along with what the state requires us to do, that's where the direction that we're going with Amped is. We want to have trained guys, get them out there working so they can do everything and still be, you know, earning accreditation towards their journeyman license or whatever other license they would like to pursue by doing the things that we do. And if you ever get a red and yellow or black crossed, and I find out about it, your nickname is going to be Rainbow Bright. Okay. Forever, especially if we have to pull it because you screwed up a splice.
Are they old enough to even know who Rainbow Bright is?
It doesn't matter. I know, and it makes me happy.
Right, that's my little pun.
I have no idea who that is.
We're not that young.
I'm from the Bronx, dude.
Rainbow Bright?
You don't know Rainbow Bright?
I don't know what that is. I'm from Brooklyn.